Hello and welcome to this astrological forecast for December 2021. I'm really sorry about being late with this one. These forecasts take a lot of work and time, and I'm not sure if I should continue doing them. If you do want me to, feel free to let me know through the comments, but I think this might be the last one for a while. I think I'd rather be able to be more consistent with my meditations and such. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The year 2021 is reaching its end, and this seems to be a month cut out for growth. At least you will have opportunity to grow. Whether you take it or not is your choice. There are some challenging energies that could lead to intense emotions and possible emotional outbursts. Be careful not to let yourself get triggered this month, especially when it comes to social interactions. Now, let's get some more information so you know what to expect every single week of December. I'll leave timestamps in the description below for you to skip to whichever week you want to focus on. Here we go. During the first week of December 2021, you might find yourself successfully focused on a goal, a mission or philosophy you've been striving towards. It seems as if once the course of action is decided on, you will keep going with determination until you reach your goal. This determination could be in direct correlation to your need for safety. The Sun, the Moon, and Mercury are all in the sign of Sagittarius during this week, allowing for optimism and idealism. There will be a new moon on December 4th, making this the best time to set your intentions for the coming lunar cycle. Specifically with the moon in Sagittarius, you believe now that things will get better by facing the obstacles in your life head on. So try to write down what your current goals are and all the challenges you are facing when it comes to making them your reality. How can you master these challenges and move on to the next stage? These are the things you need to work on now. You can ask the moon for assistance, for example during the new moon. You might not be in control of everything that happens around you, but you are in control as to how you react and interact with it. Let your intentions live through your actions and thoughts. These obstacles might come in form of a struggle in feeling aligned when it comes to your mind and your passions, or struggles in communication. Mars is still in Scorpio during this first week, so you might be dealing with some intense feelings that can turn more easily now into anger when challenged, or when you feel like you're being controlled or influenced. Sagittarius's influence will leave you quite idealistic, so be aware that you could be facing misunderstandings or overreacting. Try to hold and work through an emotion before reacting impulsively and clear your life of any negative influences. This new moon happens to also be the final eclipse for the Gemini-Sagittarius eclipse set. So this is not only an opportunity for you to set your intentions and to start anew, but it is also the time of us closing chapters in a way. We are now seeing the fruits of our labor over the past year and a half, but also gifted with a clear focus on the new opportunities in front of us that our hard work has allowed for. This is the perfect time to think bigger and brighter. Sagittarius's strong energy might also lead to some form of travel for a few of you. During the second week of December, you'll still be really motivated to work and achieve any sort of endeavor. Even if you feel a little directionless, as in you don't know exactly where to put your willpower towards, you will feel an urge to find a goal. Doing so will come easier than usual. Mercury and Jupiter will also be in a sextile aspect to each other this week, favoring thinking and planning for the future, as you'll be able to clearly visualize the preferred path ahead. Mercury will move into Capricorn on the 13th, further allowing for our thinking, our communication, and our planning to be methodical, focused, and realistic. Capricorn's energy has a tendency to be somewhat pessimistic or rigid, so be wary of that. If you've been wanting to take a vacation, this might be a good week to be planning one, as it could satisfy an arising need for an adventure. There will still be a tendency overlap from the first week to be in an impulsive energy, so use forethought and strategy. Idealism and passions are strong and intense, and you might be more inclined to be demanding or even coercive. Although you feel enthusiastic and maybe braver than usual, you will need to moderate your energy output, as there is a tendency to be inconsiderate or burn out. Try to keep up an open self-expression, and you will see your communication improve. If you notice you find it difficult to stay focused, don't be afraid to ask other people for help. Artistic and/or spiritual pursuits are a great way to get into a more grounded headspace, which could be something to consider when in situations in which you see yourself reacting rather than consciously acting. The third week will have a full moon in Gemini on the 19th. Gemini's energy merges the mind with emotions. You will find it easier to express emotions authentically, but that means you could also get yourself into arguments with others. You might be feeling more emotional and insecure than usual. Anxiousness, self-doubt, and irritability are also to be taken into account. Keeping busy might be a temporary solution when we are feeling this way, as our overactive minds crave distraction now. Try to stay as positive and focused as possible. On the 20th, we will see a sextile between the Sun and Jupiter, as well as a trine aspect between Mercury and Uranus, leaving us more hopeful and with an increased chance of having some sort of an unexpected positive outcome. Yes, the Gemini full moon might have us flip-flopping between feeling confident in our sense of self and not trusting ourselves at all. But now, through the trine between Mercury and Uranus, our intuition is strong, and you should try to trust it, especially if you are struggling with communication and making decisions this week. You might feel a sense of mission around the 4th and last week of the year 2021, regarding matters that lead to healing, cleansing, or teaching. You will feel more inspired and confident in yourself, as you'll still have an easy access to your intuition, allowing you to fearlessly address problem areas in your life now and finish a project you've been working on. The desire to learn and grow through experiences and through others is strong now. There could also be tension experienced when it comes to our need for freedom clashing with our need for structure and stability. We might find ourselves at odds with ourselves. Without certain limitations and lines drawn, life will feel too chaotic, and at the same time, these rules we impose on ourselves might be challenging to tolerate during this week. Conformity isn't satisfying to you now, but neither is life without it. Maybe this is the time to free yourself from old habits and adjust your plans in order to find balance between your need for convention and your need for innovation. This might also be a busy time when it comes to your social life, as you might feel quite communicative. There is still an air of intensity in your communication, so be careful not to demand or impose your opinions on others when interacting. But also be aware to not fall into people-pleasing mode. If you run with your onset emotions every time, you might find yourself in conflictual situations. There might be setbacks during this time, but don't be worried, as they should lead to creative new ideas and paths that might have not been an option before. Ideally, we can find creative ways to satisfy these diverging needs, perhaps by giving form to our ideals with our artistic endeavors. This is the time we might feel more focused and confident, even among all this possible tension. Jupiter moves into its watery home of Pisces on the 29th of December, allowing for collective changes leading to prosperity, optimism, and expansion. The watery nature of Pisces dissolves rigid structures and moves easily through obstacles. A lot of good fortune coming in for all of us, and if we manage our own intensity and our own insecurities, this can be a very rewarding finish to the year 2021. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. I have a guided meditation coming up next for all of us to set our intentions for the upcoming new year. So hopefully I'll see you there soon.